Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Boar's Nest on a new location. This is going to be a special Boar's Nest. We are going to the paranormal, or the Twilight Zone for some people. But I've been subscribing to a paranormal box, and this is the wonderful, I should introduce, the wonderful Honey. Yes, not Hunn, but actual Honey. Found her walking around in Georgia. So I thought, no, she's into the paranormal. So I thought Honey and I would do some paranormal stuff. As you can see, there's a new background. The Boar's Nest is on a different location for this show. And probably for the foreseeable future, it might change as well. Who knows? But do you want to say hi to the people?
Hi.
You gotta come to the mic.
Hi.
I probably will be doing most of the talking. She's here to help me with the paranormal. So this involves a plot card. We got a card. And on this card, you have a 6-letter password you have to find on a t-shirt and enter it into this website. I'm sure you can't see that, but there you go. Let's see if I can get it closer. I know it's all messed up, but the website is www.paraboxmonthly.com/03pe. When you go to that website, and we'll show the t-shirt here real quick, there's a code on the t-shirt. Let's see if we can get it up here. Well, you can hold it back a bit. On this t-shirt, there is letters that you got to find within this picture. And when you find them, let me see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 letters. When you find them, you need to type it in on that website, and it'll give you pictures, and you have to find some hidden code on the pictures to fill out a page they have with hieroglyphic kind of like zodiac stuff on it. And when you solve that, because you got to go back a couple months to get the rest of the code, you're going to be entered into a draw at parabox.com, and they will give you some free stuff, hopefully, if you get drawn. So this month was about the Philadelphia experiment. And if people don't know about the Philadelphia experiment, it actually tells you on the back. It was basically, I'll give you the short version, it was basically a project to hide ships, American ships, from Nazi radar. And to cloak it, basically, is what they were trying to do, right? Okay. You know a little more about the history than I do, so that's how we're going to do it. And apparently they actually managed to cloak a ship, which was, what's on the shirt again? The name of the shirt? It just says Philadelphia Experiment. Okay. So it was a certain ship that they had. I can't remember the name of it now, but it actually apparently disappeared for 2.5 hours and reappeared somewhere else. So it like teleported to somewhere else. Wasn't seen on radar, couldn't find it, couldn't nothing, which was pretty cool. And then they shut down the project because they were scared, apparently. Like, dude, if you could cloak a ship, teleport the ship, man, why can't we teleport across to like Europe and shit? Right? This is her first time, people, so kind of give her some slack. Yeah. So what I have, so we did this one. We found on the website, we found the picture with all the little, like, you have to look through this entire picture to find, what was it, 3 things that we found, and some extra stuff, because it's not just the code you're looking for. There's numbers you got to find for code, and it was pretty cool to look through it. It took us what, 2.5, almost 3 hours to scour this picture each. I looked through it, she looked through it, and we both found the same thing, just to make sure we found what we were looking for. And we entered it onto we have a blank page. We wrote down the hieroglyphic stuff that they want us to find, and then we marked down, okay, this is a 3. This is an H. This is an A. So you can figure out what the code is to get yourself entered into some free product. Which, who doesn't like free product? Speaking of free product, I'm gonna do a little shout out here for my beautiful honey here. She's wearing the Cousins shirt, the Dukes of Hazzard. The mountain might get them, but the law never will. I need to put your name up here too, sweetie. Okay, so we're gonna go into the paranormal. We actually got this one, and yesterday I'm gonna show the back because I don't want anybody to see my address. We got the second shirt in the collection. So, because Honey's shy, oops, sorry about that, people. I didn't mean to hit my mic. We're gonna let Honey open the package, and she's gonna help us figure out the code. We forgot our paper. But we're going to see the shirt because the shirt has the original code on it to get onto the website for the card for whatever this year's about. This one's about.
We'll show the card first.
Yep, we'll show the card. So you got, there's the card. That's the card. And what we're doing this month is that investigation. So this is what? Go ahead. No. Anyway, it's about I think this one's about the murders in New Hampshire. Yeah, in 1961, while driving through New Hampshire, Betty Hill spotted an odd craft high in the sky. Oh, this is about the UFOs and stuff. Okay. So, Zeta 1 and Zeta 2 is what it's the Zeta. Okay, so there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So on this t-shirt, we're gonna find 8 letters that are scrambled. And what we need to do is unscramble them and find the word to type in to the website, which was provided on the card right here. And what we're going to do is go in. Then obviously we're probably going to have another picture where we got to find 3 to 4 hidden items on that picture to help break the code. Which help break the code means free stuff, right? Okay, so and in your thing comes a little card promoting some author. This month it is Jim Harold, sorry. Man, I can't speak. And it just gives you some of his product so that you can check it out. It's campfire stories, ghosts, and goblins, and blah, 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 right? So on our t shirt, we're going to find the hidden letters. And I'll be honest with you, they're very obvious and very in your face. You'll find them very easily. So I'm going to mute my mic because I don't want to bump the mic with the t shirt. And we'll hold the t shirt up there for a couple seconds. And we'll see if we can find it ourselves because we're going to be looking too. So mark down what you find and let me know in the chat if you see anything and or if you want to help us out. Let us know. So I'm going to mute my mic and we'll hold it up for you. Okay, so Honey is going to try to look and see what she can find. She's going to fold the t-shirt up nice and small so it doesn't take up a lot of room. And we're going to try and see what we can find on here. Like I said, people, the hidden letters aren't really hidden. they're pretty easy to find, generally speaking. So we just gotta find them. I think we got 1011V1100. So maybe it's a V. That looks like an I, S, T,
Yeah.
IST. What's in this one here? No, just a bunch of zeros and ones, eh?
Yeah.
So you really got to kind of like work out maybe where this could be, where that could be, that kind of thing. It's going to take a while for you to figure out the code because remember, we got what, 7 letters to find?
8.
8?
I think it was 8.
8 letters, she says.
Let's see.
I'm just going to double check the card. So you always double check the card because the card could have something on it, right? Yeah, it was 8. Thank you. So reading the story on the back gives you an idea as to what you're looking for. Like this one's about aliens, right? The last one, the first one we did was about ships and like conspiracies about the Philadelphia project or experiment.
Mhm.
And it's all famous like stories too. If you realize that the Philadelphia experiment was pretty big when it came out. People were like, "Oh my god, what's going on with this?" Right? So this one, when it hit the news, this was a big deal back in the day. Back in the '60s, this was huge. You gotta think, right? This is back in the hype of the UFOs and aliens, and this is when it really picked up, right? They were doing movies, they were doing like Lost in Space movies, they were doing Planet of the Apes, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So it was all like, oh, let's go to the drive-in and watch an alien movie, and then somebody is in behind the board and flashes a giant flashlight above it, and they're like, we're getting attacked by the aliens. So it was a big thing back then. And they even had Mars Attacks. I think it was around the '60s when they did it over the radio. It might have been in the '50s even. So you got to think Star Trek was starting up. The guy was getting that idea for Star Trek and getting the ideas for scary B-rated movies, you know, with the giant woman and spiders. Did we find anything?
I think I found a B.
Oh, there's a B at the bottom, yeah. Right by that Cadillac at the very bottom of the picture. So again, when you're going through this, you want to write down what you think is out of place, like the V and the I and the S and that T on that outside part that goes 00100. You know, you want to check that. So write it down just to check. And again, you're going to end up taking these letters, unscrambling them somehow, finding a word, right? Because that's what we did with the last one.
Mhm.
What was the last one? Do you remember?
Ghost.
No, it was
No,
glitch.
It was glitch. It was
Because that's what they
glitch.
called it. It was a
It
glitch
was
when
glitch.
the boat disappeared.
Yeah.
So you got to unscramble it, find the word glitch, find the word, or this one could be aliens, or it could be Zeta or whatever, right? But there's a B for sure, a B in it.
For sure.
This is a good one. I'm having a hard time finding anything on here. I'm glad we showed them, and I hope people took screenshots of that or paused the video because I know some people are not going to be watching right now. But just the little things you got to watch for, right? Like it could be in a bubble, it could be in a star on the ship, it could be anything.
Mhm. Could be in a shadow.
It could be in a shadow. Yeah, I know. It could be like something in the background that you don't really. It's there, but you don't really see it, so you got to kind of really look at it.
Mhm.
Like they had the Big Dipper on here. Looks like
Okay.
was that September 19th, 1961. So that's the day it happened. I would assume she was in her Cadillac because that looks like a caddy in the bottom, and she's seen people being taken by aliens. Is what I'm gathering from the picture, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
Nice. So while we're doing this, if you have an alien story, this would be the time to share it. Not you. I mean, if you want to. Have you ever had an alien experience?
None.
No? No, like, I feel like I just haven't been here all night and now I'm here. No?
No.
I've had one. I was really young and I remember going to bed and then I remember waking up in a field and not a clue how I got there. Yeah, I had no clue. It was when I was living on the farm that my family I grew up on the family farm, so yeah, I remember sleeping out my trailer because I had in the summer I would sleep in a trailer, and we would yeah I mean everybody grew up on a farm that I knew, and yeah one night I remember I was in bed, I was in the top bunk, and my buddy was sleeping on the bottom bunk, and our other friend was sleeping in the back, and neither one of them because I mean if you get up in a trailer, people are gonna feel you rocking the trailer, right? Like yeah, we got to bring pen and paper next time. Um, and they said they didn't feel me leave the trailer. They didn't feel the trailer move at all. And I mean, I'm a pretty big dude. I've always been a kind of a big guy, right? Like,
So I found 6.
you found 6? You found 6.
6 out of 8.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
Are they like pretty obvious?
They are.
They are. Okay.
They are.
So it's not like, see, I'm looking for,
And they're all capital.
so, okay. So good to know. They're
All
capital letters.
And it states
What's it state? And it
on
states,
card,
yeah, all caps.
password, all capitals.
So this means that when you type the password in on the website, it is cap lock. It's cap sensitive, case sensitive. That's the word I'm looking for. Woo! So you just make sure when you're typing it in, you type in caps, and they're all in caps on the t-shirt. So you know. And what I would do is when you figure out the word, because you obviously you're gonna write down the letters on a piece of paper, which we've totally forgot. Because I was just excited to get you on the show, to be quite honest. And then what you do is once you get it figured out, right there where it says the password, just write the password down. So this way, if you need to, you can go back on that website because each website has the end is different. This one is a 3PE. The new one is a 4SR. So you just go back on that website, and if you think you missed something, go back, type in your password, check out, make sure you got everything, and you're good to go. I'm really surprised there's nobody watching right now. It's because it's kind of spontaneous, kind of like the way I like my show. So you found 6.
6.
So if we had a pen and paper, we could literally write this out.
Yes.
And we don't. I mean, we got look at all the paper and no pen. Like we literally got a printer sitting beside us, and we got no pen, people. What's up with this? Do you have one in there? Be very careful. It's going to be loud. Nope, no pen. No pen. I can tell you right now there's no pen. Oh, did we find one? Dude, that's a pencil. Not even sharpened. Uh-oh. You may have to, you can't because my thing's in the way. My mic's in the way of that one. You can't open it. That's okay. If you need to, you can run upstairs real quick. Grab a pen. And I'll just hold the fort down and you can grab my my other box that I have in the box. The cards. So there's a lot of stuff that we were set up, we thought, and we thought we were ready to go, but no, we weren't. I screwed up. Thanks, honey. So we're going to write down on a piece of paper what these letters are and see if we can make a word out of it and not just some random crazy gibberish. But I would definitely check this guy out. I'll even hold this up here for you. Jimmy is a good story writer. This series is stories by the campfire. So check out he's got YouTube. Okay. And check this out. I'll hold it up here so you can. Oh, sorry. My camera doesn't like to focus. Can you tell? It looks like there's a little stick guy in there if you look really carefully. So if you want to take a snapshot of that. Oh, wrong way. There we go. And you all can do that. Check that out. For sure. That would be cool. Get yourself his books. He's got, like I said, there's 5 in this collection. There could be more coming. You never know. He will definitely it might scare you a little bit. He's got some scary stuff. I've had a friend peekaboo. Yeah, he's good at writing stories. My friend said he was really good. It's kind of scary. But if you give me 2 seconds, we're gonna run a quick commercial, and the Boar's Nest will be right back.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, the wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. 2 entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
Yeah, welcome back to the Boar's Nest, y'all. How's it going? How's it going? You got a little shadow here because Honey's over there marking down all the letters that she found on the t-shirt. How many in total do you have now?
I found 6.
6. We need to find 2 more. And this is what this paranormal thing is all about. It's about doing it with friends. Even if you do it by yourself, it's still fun. You just
7.
Oh, we found 7. What did we find? What is it?
L.
Oh, she found an L.
We need 1 more.
So far we got VST BRSL. So we got 2 S's. Ooh. Dun dun dun. Is that an O or is that a 0? Looks pretty big, eh?
That might be an O.
Look, see how easy that is? You just gotta take 2 seconds and just figure it out. I'm gonna turn that a little bit more. My chair, I think, shifted. So what's a good way to figure this out, the word, if you can't really de-scramble letters very well? How would you recommend to figure this out? Is there like
Call a friend.
Well, she used the lifeline, people. She says call a friend. See, again, this is fun to do with friends. You can get friends involved. Is there like a website you could possibly use or an app?
Google.
Google it. Put the letters in and Google it. I was going to say use a dictionary, but if you don't know what the word is, you can't figure it out.
That's right.
So good luck with that one, people. I do like the sweater. It's a good sweater. Or the t-shirt here. A good quality. They're comfortable to wear. To be quite honest, they're very comfy to wear. Ooh, she's looking it up right now. That's 8. 6, 7, 8.
Okay, maybe there's only.
So,
Yeah, there's supposed to be 8.
yes, we found all 8. We think. Hold on now. We think we found all 8. Excuse me. Yes. But she's using the Google to unscramble these letters into a word. And that word will be, hold on a second. None of the above, because I don't think maybe we messed up. Well, if you come up with nothing, what you do, go
Keep
back to the
looking.
T-shirt, try to find something else that you don't have.
Maybe there's only one S.
Maybe there's only one S. Maybe we messed up. Where did we find the first S? In that line, right?
Yeah.
And where did the second one come from? Right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun. I don't have a clue. That's funny. It looks like there's two T's down here. Oh no,
That's a 1.
that's a 1. Did you get the? Maybe there's. Did you get the I that was here?
No.
So maybe one of those S's should be an I. Try that. See what you come up with there. And this is the part about this thing. It's kind of like a project to do with a friend, right? Like Honey here and I, we do this because it's fun. Gives us something to do. You can get your kids involved if your kids are into the paranormal, or like space and controversies and stuff like that, right? So maybe you can get your kids involved. But yeah, this comes every month. Next month we'll have another one. We may bring it to the broadcast, or we might wait till we get 2 because it is a process. It's not really something you can just sit online and just do nothing and sit here and try to figure it out. You just texted a friend, didn't you?
I did.
Did you text mom? Yeah, her mom's good at figuring these things out. I think that's what we did last time, right?
We did.
Because we were unsure if we had the right answer.
We had it, but then we're like, is it?
Yeah, because I typed it in wrong the first time, right? Yeah, that's right. Do you think maybe that's not an L? Maybe that's just confetti? Or is it a pretty dominant L? That's questionable. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I don't know, people. I don't know. Yeah, like it's pretty obvious. It's an O, yeah, for sure.
6.
What's that?
Oh.
R.
Is that a D or an O?
Looks like another O to me.
Mm.
See, and that's the thing, right? If you deal with somebody, you can definitely bounce those ideas off each other.
Looks like an E, an S,
It does look like an S or a 5, yeah. Again, when you get it and you think you got the word, try it on the website. If it works, then you got the right one. Mark it down on this piece of paper for sure, so you don't forget it. It's crazy. Like you're looking at things and you're thinking that's a letter and it's really not. You're just like, what? What's that? Oh no, that's just an alien poking his head out the window. Like, you know what I mean? Funny things. Your mind gets going. There was some other things I was thinking of doing, like a game section on the podcast where we'll literally play games and I'll broadcast them and you can hear us all talk and joke around and have fun. I got a few buddies that want to get in on that one. It's crazy because I'm looking at things going, that's not. There's that. Oh, that look no, because that looks like a V, right?
Right.
But it's not because it's got 2 big blotches at the end of it. It's protein tangles.
I'm gonna write them down again.
You're gonna write them down again from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side.
Okay, so V for sure.
Yeah, V for sure. Okay.
I.
Yeah, VI. Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll read the back of the card to myself, and maybe I will find a hint or a clue.
Okay, so if this is an I,
Yes.
then that's an I.
Okay. Or maybe it's just a dash between the letters, like a.
Mhm, so
'Cause
we
it's not
have
straight,
both
is
of
it?
them.
It's not straight at all, is it? It's on an angle. Okay, so swipe that off there.
There's T. That for sure is a B.
Yep. So this I here,
Mhm.
get rid of it. Because yeah, if you look at this now that I'm really looking at it, where'd it go?
Right here.
Right? It looks
Yeah.
like a dash.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it's for a break.
yeah, it breaks the numbers up, so that makes sense.
Okay, that for sure is an O.
I wish you people I had a camera that I could take like and move it. We have a dog here, and ironically, in the boar's nest today, Roscoe P. Cole Train is in the house. He's a big dog. He's back here sleeping.
Snoring.
And if you hear snoring, that's Roscoe back there. So we do have a Roscoe in the house. Boss Hog is not here today. He's indisposed at the moment. You know, doing merrily duties, and he's the commissioner now too. And right, honey?
Right.
I would love to get another dog.
Mhm.
I mean, Roscoe is multicolored, right? Because he's got his bulletproof vest on and his sheriff hat, and I want to get a dog that's completely white and call him Boss Hog. What do you think, people? Should I get a dog and call him Boss Hog? Sounds like a good idea. I likes that idea. How we doing? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're back to 6
Because
we eliminated 2 in that
we
L
took out the L.
because we're not sure, right?
Right.
So you maybe put a question mark above the L here, just to just in case. So that way we know. We're not sure. Yeah, perfect. All right, people. We are 33 minutes into the show, and we're back where we started. So if you took a screenshot, okay, and you can blow it up and make it bigger and look around, by all means, please let us know what you're thinking and what you have found, because we only have a V, S, T, B, an O, and an R. There's nothing in that spaceship, right? Like because I mean it's looking pretty cool. I like that.
Nothing that I see in there.
That is cool. Just to give a heads up for the people that are watching on Sunday, Monster Truck Rally. No, not a Monster Truck Rally. I'm going to be interviewing a young man that has a band. We have his music coming. I wish I could have got some right now. I could have played some for you. But he's going to be here Sunday to do an interview. What do you think of that, honey?
Be there.
Just be there, right? Don't even, if you have plans, be here. It's going to be, I'm thinking around 1 o'clock maybe. We should be doing that interview. He will be here live in the Boar's Nest, the modified Boar's Nest. Roscoe P. Coltrane will be here on site. Maybe signing some autographs with his paw, shaking some paws, getting some food. He's a big dude. He looks like Boss Hog, but he's Roscoe. Boss Roscoe. There you go, Boss Roscoe. What do you think? Okay, so we think we found it. So you want to do this on your phone? Give it a shot on your phone, see what we can do.
It's only 7 letters.
That's only 7, eh?
Yeah.
Ba, ba,
With
ba.
B.
Well, this may have to come to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And we may have to continue this one once we find everything.
I have to wait a little bit, get some fresh eyes.
Yes, maybe maybe, just maybe, we can get one of the kids to look at it, see what they think. So, on that note, do you have any spooky, scary stories you want to tell the people?
I don't.
No scary, spooky stories. I think I might have to get a new co-host, people. What do you think? I'm just kidding. She's my paranormal person. We're looking into doing a investigation, we'll call it, at a local museum because there has been rumors. I wouldn't say rumors. I would say this was fact from this person because I trust that they're not pulling my leg. That at this museum, while working the night shift, obviously getting the exhibits set up, or sometimes you rotate some things in and out of the exhibits, that he loaded a cart, okay, like a little trolley, and he's talking to himself and says, because some guys like to talk like while they're going through the processes of, okay, I need this and this and this. Oh, and I need that hammock. So he went and grabbed, put it on the cart, and turned his back, looking at his checklist. He goes, okay, now it's time to go to the exhibit, right? And he said he turned around and the cart was rolling down the hallway on its own. And I assume by the story he told me that he actually tried to, and he debunked that it was the floor, because an old building, right, could be the floor, could be off. And he said no, the cart would not move. He even tried pushing it just a little to see if it would roll on its own, like maybe he bumped it. No, nothing, because it's carpeted. So the cart never moved. So I want to go debunk this, or prove it. I mean, proving it or debunking it for me is either or, right? I'm there to do an investigation to figure out, is there or is there not something going on. So I want to get into that place. I know my friend Carl Kerfelt, who is the producer of The Boar's Nest, and Turnbuckle Studios. Little shameless plug there, my friend. He did an investigation on a boat called the Norgoma, and they found some pretty compelling evidence. And I've even gone through the footage, and I seen stuff that they didn't even catch, like a shadow moving. So I would write down the time and ask, okay, Carl, where was everybody at this point in time? Oh, nobody was on the boat at that time. We're just letting cameras run. Okay, well, take a look here. You have something. Caught a voice asking them to disembark the ship in maritime language, not just get off the boat. It was like, okay, it's time. We've basically reached our destination. Now it's time to disembark the ship. Please watch your children. That kind of thing. It was like an audible recorded kind of thing, but it was just very, very pronounced on the videos. Please disembark the ship now. It was pretty cool. Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to hook up with the people from that museum. I'm not gonna give the museum's name. I just don't want to get in trouble at this point. If that's something to. It's not that I don't want to get in trouble. I just don't want to have them come back at me and say, "Well, you publicized our name and blah blah blah," right? So until we get permission to use their name and the location, we're just going to kind of keep that name under wraps for now. But there's a lot of stuff, because there's a lot of like native heritage stuff in there that they've been having. I've heard that they've had some of that native stuff being moved, because I would assume, because it's not set up properly, that spirit connected to that moves it so where it's supposed to be within that exhibit. They got some railroad stuff in there, because that's a very big industry where the museum's located, and steel is a big industry where that museum's located as well. So they have a bunch of different things that have been, I'm sure, have been attached with a spirit of some sort, or just a feeling even, right? Like, sometimes when you pick up a rock, you get that, wow, this is like a really old historical rock. Like, this thing's been there forever. Nobody's touched it, that you know of. So I want to get into doing some investigations. I want Carl Kerfeld, obviously the producer for Turnbuckle Studios, is going to be there with us because he does paranormal investigations. Now, I'm going to ask my buddy Rick White to come with us because he does very much the same line of stuff with paranormal, but he's more of the spiritual stuff, like angels and demons, and so he'll be able to tell us whether this is a good spirit, bad spirit, like what's going on there, and how to get rid of it if it needs to be, asked to leave. So it's going to get pretty intense. Hopefully I don't cry, because the last time I did one of these, I cried. I did. I cried. I'll admit I cried. Because it was so plainly obvious that there was an evil spirit there. It literally yelled at me. So I cried. I didn't expect that kind of intensity. And I'll be honest, I kind of went into it being a jerk. Like, oh, this shit isn't real. Like, come on, bro. Like, quit trying to scare me. Quit trying to be a dick. Like, this isn't real. Don't, But, and got proved wrong. And a giant kick in the nuts. So we're going to go into this one a little more cautious. I might bring a priest with us just in case, be splashing holy water on everybody just to keep us safe. But again, you never know what could happen on this channel. Again, Bubba Duke will do anything and everything that I feel like I need to do, like paranormal stuff or unboxing cards. I have another box for you guys that I need to do. Getting t-shirts from Collar and Elbow. Again, thank you, Collar and Elbow, for sponsoring Turnbuckle Studios. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. Right? And thank you to you, honey, for helping me get into the paranormal stuff again and doing this little conspiracy stuff. I guess that's what you could call it. I wouldn't even call it paranormal, really. It's more like conspiracy, like UFOs. And did the States really get a boat to not only cloak on radar, to completely disappear on radar, but they teleported it? And I can't remember how far it went, but it went far in 2 hours.
It did.
And then they shut it down because they freaked themselves out, apparently. Like, that's cool. Here's another conspiracy while we're talking about teleporting and making things invisible. Can they really do it? Is it really something they can still do? Like, or is it just aliens? You know what I mean? Like, do we have contact with aliens? Does our military, because obviously the military investigates unidentified flying objects. Okay, we'll call them that.
UFO.
Yeah, the UFO. Right? So it's very apparent because they just released a bunch of classified files based on from the first sighting to whenever they decide to unclassify that file. And it states that they have investigated, they have tried following. One gentleman even said that, and went as far as saying that he tried to chase down an object in his jet that did, I think he said Mach 2. And the vessel that he was following disappeared. Gone. So is this stuff true? Is it just the guy had been flying too long, or there was some exhaust in the cab or something. Like, did they do medical testing on him after he come down? Like, what happened? They don't tell you that, right? They just say, "Oh yeah, we investigated. Our pilot followed it. It disappeared on him. He came back and landed, and that was it. Nothing else." No, did they do testing on him on the plane on him? Do a visual test. Like how much sleep did he have before he got into the cab of that jet, right? Like, I mean, just things I want to know. Like, what happened after? What happened up to and what happened after that event? That's what my question would be. Let's try to figure that out. Okay, how much sleep did he get? What did he eat that day before? Did he smoke anything? Whether it was a cigarette, a joint, whatever. Was he in any way mentally yeah, really, right? Like, did he have all his marbles, or was he the oh yeah, I'm in the Air Force, but I'm really a pot smoking hippie. You know what I mean? Like, was he impaired at any point?
Hallucination.
Right? That's why you say, did he sleep? Did he smoke anything? Was he taking medication? Was he whatever? Was there a leak for exhaust in the cab of the plane? Those little things that I would like to know before and after. That's always the big thing. What happened before that event? What happened after that event? Like 9/11, what happened before that? Because we all know what happened during 9/11.
Yeah.
But none of us really know what happened leading up to 9/11. Why did they? I still say it's a conspiracy. I'll tell you right now, my opinion is that it was the US government did it so that they could attack the Eastern countries to get a stable hold on the oil industry over there. That's my opinion. Just my opinion. Now, in the same breath, do I feel sympathy and sad that those people had to die for this American agenda? Oh hell yeah. Totally. People don't need to die to start a war. Like, this is silly. This is really what they did. They started a war, but they basically killed their own people to do it. Sad. That's how corrupt our governments are. And I know I'm going to get shut down because you can't talk about that stuff on YouTube. But again, it's the Boar's Nest. I talk about what I want and how I feel. And if you don't like it, sorry about your luck. Don't watch my show. It's really how I feel. Any big smiles over here at your dimples? I should have called you Dimples. All right, people. Again, this is going to come in next week as well, or next month. And we'll have a different card, a different story to follow. And these are things that you could literally research on your own. You just got to look up that we're right on top there. And that'll bring you a whole story about this woman and what she's seen, what was written in the newspapers in New Hampshire, and the entire story in itself instead of just a quick little, cue card with this is what happened and this, then it gets you more detail as to what happened. And maybe within that story, you'll find a clue for the t-shirt. You'll find a clue for the puzzles to get to the free stuff. Right? Like, you never know. I do recommend getting products from Parabox. Paraboxmonthly.com is the website. Go there, sign up. It's cheap. You get a good quality shirt and a good quality thing to do with your kids, your girlfriends. The whole family can do it. It's nothing, I would say nothing out of this world, but it kind of is. Apparently. But it's good, wholesome fun for you and the family. One of the reasons I picked it up, give us something to do, something fun, and it creates content for the people, the awesome people of the internet. But on that note, I've been trying to get out of here for like 10 minutes now, but I keep finding new and cool things to talk about. My mic is cranked so high right now. I can hear myself, my heartbeat. All right, people, we're out. Have a good night.